What's strange about success is that most of the time it starts with a belief that sounds a little ridiculous. Not the kind that makes sense on paper, but the kind that makes people laugh at you when you say it out loud. Everyone respects belief after it works. Before that, it looks like madness. Because belief, before it's proven, always looks delusional. When people say you have to be realistic, what they mean is you have to fit inside what already exists. But the truth is, everything that exists today once looked unrealistic. Every voice that made a dent in the world started with someone who didn't wait for proof. I truly believe there's a kind of sanity that sits inside people who achieve what others call impossible. And it's not confidence, it's not ego, it's the refusal to let logic decide what's possible. That kind of belief doesn't grow in comfort. It grows when you've tried something so many times that common sense tells you to stop. It grows when you've been told no so often that the sound of it starts to sound like background noise. At first, delusional belief feels embarrassing. You start to see how others look at you. You feel the doubt in every silence, but over time, that belief becomes fuel because you've been laughed at and you're still standing. You stop needing permission. People think belief is about thinking positive thoughts. It's not. It's about holding a vision that no one else can see and protecting it until it becomes visible. It's the patience to look like a fool until the proof arrives. The people who build their lives from nothing aren't the ones who have the best ideas. They're the ones who live the longest without evidence. Because when you have no proof, you keep going. Your reality starts to bend around your persistence, and eventually you reach a point where effort and timing collide. And suddenly, what once was delusional looks like foresight. There's a moment that separates dreamers from doers. It's the moment when your results don't match your effort and you decide to keep going anyway. That's where belief either dies or it hardens. That's where the delusional ones are born. Delusional self belief is not the absence of fear. It's a decision to act while fear still speaks. It's knowing that being wrong is not fatal, but giving up too soon might actually be. If you think about it, most people don't fail because they aim too high. They fail because they stop too early. They look for validation before momentum, and when they don't get it, they retreat. But the ones who stay long enough to look foolish cross that line of brilliance. There's a kind of freedom that comes from trusting your own vision more than anyone else's. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. It's understanding that waiting for the world to believe is a trap because the world only claps when it's safe to do so. When you start believing in something impossible, you've become both the experiment and the evidence. You learn that delusion isn't about lying to yourself, it's about seeing something ahead of its time. Even breakthrough starts that way. You won't always have the belief. You won't always know if your belief is right. You'll have moments where you have a feeling that this is absolutely absurd. You'll question your own sanity, but that discomfort is proof that you're in new territory. The ordinary things never feel that way. And one day when it finally works, people will tell you that it was obvious. They'll rewrite your story as if it made sense all along. But you remember the years when nothing did. You will remember how lonely it felt to believe when logic was telling you to stop. You will remember the silence before the applause. That's the real power of delusional self belief. It keeps you alive long enough for luck to find you. It keeps you showing up until the skill catches up with you. It makes you impossible to discourage because maybe you never were delusional at all. Maybe you were just early. I hope these words can hold you.